All right, so today is the 21st of January. Obviously trading AM session. So where is this? Right, so overall, obviously we're trending down, right? We're bearish. We've tapped these 4 hour bearish gaps, but it does kind of look like overall we're heading towards these lows. Now we have just came up, swept out this London high. And obviously we tapped this bearish hourly, and I think there's obviously like a 15-minute gap there that we tapped. But the problem is, looking for shorts, is we're in this 15-minute bullish gap, right? So it's kind of like a bit of an unsure like place, right? Like, I mean, we can't just assume that that's going to break, because on the other side, I mean, look, you can kind of see we've come down, swept these lows, and we've displaced higher, and we've closed through all these bearish gaps and then left a bullish gap. So that could be seen as us wanting to go higher. Then obviously then we're trading into a high resistance high. So we'd need a kind of draw of this previous day high up here. So I'm not 100% sure at the moment. I mean, this price action just looks pretty poor in the, like, to be honest. Yeah, look at this, just choppy. So we're just gonna wait for now. I feel like, I mean, we've got a bit of low resistance here, but I feel like if anything, we will come and sweep this high again, possibly to go lower. I don't know why, it just seems like we want to do that, especially because the bullish 15 gap and ES isn't really trading low. Obviously, we've got the SMT here. So we're going to just wait for a sec. I mean, we're now starting to get some momentum. So hopefully we'll come and take this high, and then we can probably look for shorts. But like, I'm not, super ready to jump into a trade, because like I said, there's a few reasons to be bullish and a few reasons to be bearish, and the higher time frame obviously seems more bearish, but it doesn't necessarily confirm that today isn't going to be a bullish retracement, because we do also have obviously this new week opening gap, which is huge and has not been tapped. So that could be a draw, but then obviously we're close to that low, so that could be a draw. So it's just kind of uncertain at the moment. So we will wait and see. Okay, if we get the close, I'm going to be jumping in this long, right? Like, obviously, just talking about how I wasn't sure, but now, especially if we get the long entry, if we actually get the long entry, it looks to me very clearly that we want to continue higher first before going lower, which is, like I said, is obviously an option. So we've got the 15-minute bullish gap. Obviously, we had the 15-minute displacement. We've then came back down. We've obviously kept the SMT with this, and we've now got relative equal highs up here. Now, unfortunately, my fill looks like it's going to be, or not my fill, but the close looks like it's going to be pretty poor. If we close above this high, I won't take it, but close below, I'll just... Okay, so there we are. So I'm getting in there. Buy another one. There we go, risking just under 1%. So I'm going to go break even at these relative equal highs. And then for targets, I'm probably just going to target this high here for a one-to-one, because although I do want to see us go higher, I'm not super strongly convicted in it. This high isn't a terrible target, but we will see. I mean, what would that be? That would be about 2R. Okay, we'll go for the 2R, I think, because I do think we want to continue higher. But the trade towards the 1R is not a bad trade at all, right? Just to take profit there is not a bad trade at all. Let's see if we can hit our break-even point or take a loss. Okay, so there's the break-even. Got a little bit of a nice push. Obviously, we didn't get the best fill in terms of where the fair value gap was. Obviously, if we just closed, we would have got entered down here. But so obviously we have a higher chance to get stopped at break even, but it's absolutely fine. Do you know what I mean? I do really like this trade. So it is unfortunate that we got filled quite high. I think we've got a 2-minute gap yet up here that we could hopefully close above this candle. Would be nice. Yeah, we did actually. Pretty sure, just about. Yeah, we did. Okay, that's nice. So, like I said, now I'm very confident we'll come and hit this high. Although it is a high resistance high, it's one where it's bias, right? I think that we're quite clearly bullish on the day. Well, ES has just taken it as an SMT, which isn't amazing, but yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I think we just want to see higher today. I mean, this displacement before open and then the respect of the bullish PD array just makes me feel like that we want to see higher. It's pretty obvious, right? There's not much to it. Yeah, so obviously we've got previous day high as a pretty clear draw. We've got this hourly unfilled up here as a pretty clear draw. So let's see what happens if we can target them. Obviously price action isn't the fastest at the moment. It's moving quite slow and choppy. So I would not be surprised if we get stopped to break even. If anything, I'm actually expecting it. But I still do think that this idea of wanting, longs from here should work, right? I don't think this S&T should reverse us. I think NQ does want this high. And I think NQ taking the high shouldn't reverse us either, right? I think we should just take it and continue higher, but we will come back and see. Like I said, very choppy. So expecting a break even here, and obviously the unfortunate fill or the unfortunate close doesn't help. Okay, so it looks like we're about to take the high. We actually didn't get stopped to break even, which is nice. Don't want to jinx it, but it looks like we're about to hit it. But like I said, more than happy with this one-to-one trades. Could just take profit right there, right? Could just take profit now, 1% profit as soon as we take it. There we go. But with that being said, it's an eval, right? So I do trade it a little bit more aggressively. All I'm trying to do here is take good trades, right? And for me, this is obviously a great trade. As you can see, it's just worked. It's a brilliant trade. I'm sure a lot of, I'm sure like Blake took this. I'm sure Dodgy probably took it right, all the influencers. And I'm sure they've just got out there. But for me, I want to hold to this hourly unfilled up here just because, one, I'm confident we want to go there. And two, I want that little bit extra profit because, like I said, if it's an eval, if I'm risking 1%, trading one-to-ones, it's going to take me years to pass, right? So when I'm in a winning position like this, and I've already proven to myself that I'm right, and I've followed my rules and I'm happy, then I'm more than happy to risk a break even to make, a little bit more. And it's not like I'm completely hoping. I do think we will come and fill this gap. It makes perfect sense to me to do so. So yeah, we'll come back and we'll see if I regret that decision or not. Okay, so obviously we're above the high. We do have an S&T with my target, right? ES has already filled this gap. So what I've done is, because we've displaced above the high, we made a bullish gap and we've now traded away from that. I'm trading my stop to there. So my trailed stop is actually higher than my original TP. So even if we get stopped to there, that's slightly more than what I would have got. And obviously I have the chance to make the full TP. But yeah, obviously the reason I'm doing that is because of the S&T, right? So like realistically, I should probably just close, but actually, no, that's the thing. I could just close now, but the difference between making 1% and making, 700 isn't much. And obviously I am thinking about this in terms of dollar amount because it is an eval, right? Usually, obviously you just think of what the trade offers you, and I am doing that, of course, but I'm also thinking a lot about the dollar amount, and yeah, because it is an eval, and that is what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to pass the eval, right? So we'll see if this hits, but like I say, either way, brilliant trade, and yeah. Okay, so changed my mind, just got out slightly early, right? Just literally just top tick that, just got out there. Do I think this will go and hit this hourly unfilled? Yeah, sure, but I made $750, so absolutely happy with today. And yeah, the reason that was kind of a thing to think about is because obviously the target that I should be targeting is there one-to-one, and then obviously I'm going for the slightly bit more, but then obviously there's an S&T, so it's just a bit like, oh, obviously then they want to come and get stopped out break even, and then lose the like any money at all. But then at the same time, I don't want to just take nothing because it's an eval, but looks like it's about to hit anyway, so would have been good either way. Yeah, I mean that would have been my TP. So there's that. That's pretty much the video. Just a nice trade. Obviously closed it slightly early, could have waited, so there is that. Not gonna hide from that, but not a big deal. And the reason, like I've just said quite a lot, that I did that is just because there's that like discrepancy of what I technically should do, and then what I want to do and what I am doing because it's an eval, right? XFA, I'm out at a 1-to-1, right? Almost every single time. But eval, we'll go for that 1-to-2. And like I said, it wasn't just like hoping. It wasn't hopes and dreams. I did have high conviction in this gap and then probably this previous day high. So that's what we did. And yeah, the trade moved very, very nicely. So that's today.